Young nigga run up that money, I walk through the bay, make the pies.
I go make the pies.
I know these niggas be hating, I know that they watching they
I know
pride.
these niggas they mad.
Shout out, she give you good brain, like shout out, she went out to college. You do what you want when you up, you do what you want when you poppin'.
Yeah, yeah.
We on? Alright, we on. So, welcome back to episode 2 of I Said What I Said with Guap. I'm really happy with the feedback that I did receive on the first episode. You guys said I wasn't rambling, so that's a good thing, because I thought I was. But I do genuinely want to thank everybody who took the time out to just listen, or, you know, even click for 30 seconds or whatever, however much it is, just for me to get a play. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate y'all rocking with me and just rocking with me throughout the because I feel like it's a little rough right now, but we're gonna get into a routine. I don't even really have a set day right now when I drop these things. I'm thinking Wednesday, so we're gonna try and go with that. But right now I'm just mainly working on my consistency. So that's one of my pitfalls, downfalls, I say. I really have a hard time with being consistent on certain things. So yeah, so the fact that I'm doing this, we're trying to get on a good track, trying to get everything going and be on a consistent train and really give y'all some content and trying to keep up with everything that's going on social media. So without further ado, speaking of social media, I want to go ahead and get into Dababy today. I want to get into Dababy and his baby. I'm just going to go ahead and start off with this. Honestly, I feel like that nigga is bullshit. I feel like he's bullshit, and I feel like a lot of niggas hype his bullshit up, and it's just a lot of toxic masculine bullshit, especially after going back and looking at his live. I felt like it was a lot of gaslighting. I'll say that. It's a lot of gaslighting going on. And I can just tell. I can just tell by the way, from being a person who's been gaslit before, you can, even the way he was wording things like, hey, shorty had to go out like that and da-da-da-da. Nah, nigga, you gaslighting. Here's the reason why I'm going to tell y'all why I feel like he's gaslighting. Or really, let me go ahead and look up the definition of gaslighting first before I even, because I feel like a lot of people don't even know what gaslighting is, or gaslighting when they're doing it. So the definition, come on now, phone, let's go, man. The definition: to cause a person to doubt his or her sanity through the use of psychological manipulation. That is exactly what he's doing. And let me go into why I feel like he was being manipulative from the jump. And this is, like I said, this is me speaking from my own perspectives, because I've been in each position before. I can tell you exactly right now what happened. This nigga played the whole "we not together" card. That's exactly what he did. He sat up here and treated her like a girlfriend, and then at the end of the day, but we not together. And I've done that shit before. I done did it before, because I'm the type of person I like to, whenever I'm fucking with somebody, honestly, I like to do shit that couples do. I want to, go out on dates. I want to, sit up and chill. I want to, of course, fuck. I want to do all these things. But at the end of the day, I still want my freedom. I still want to be able to say that, you can't question me. Or if you question me, it's kind of, well, what you questioning me for? Like, we're not together. We're not together. And that's the game you play. That is an age-old classic game that has always been played. Because I used to do that shit when I was going through my little, I guess you'd call it a whole phase. Really, I was just finding myself just being free, just doing what I want to do, not worrying about no relationship. And it was cool. And that's how it would be, especially with this one girl, especially I was fucking with. We started fucking together really, really heavy. But I knew, at one point I tried to be in a relationship with her, but I realized quickly that wasn't what it was, and that wasn't for me. But I still enjoyed the pussy. So we still continued to fuck and do a couple things. But whenever she would get all angry and get to, where you going, who you with, we not together. So the whole basis of it is, we've never had that conversation where we officially made it together. We never discussed that. We never established that. We don't have a going together date. Ain't no date you can put on Facebook to be like, I'm with this person this date. No, Ain't none of that shit. That's the game that he fucking played. And you can do that. And the thing with women, and I'll even say it can even be with men, whoever's being manipulated in that situation, that's a game that you play. And it's like, in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I got this nigga locked down. Oh, this nigga's mine. Oh, he gonna be mine. Oh, it's just me. Oh, because he treating you like it's just you. He treating you like it's just you. So when it comes down to it, you thinking in your mind, oh, we together, or we dating exclusively, or if we're not dating exclusively now, eventually we will. So I can tell you right now, that's the whole game that can be played. Because for him to sit up here and say, I never treated her like we was together and da-da-da, but then she go back and post the whole video of you sitting up here kissing her saying that you love her, things aren't really adding up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of niggas not gonna look into that shit. Y'all not gonna really think about that. But the shit not adding up. So basically he played that whole we not together card. Because in all actuality, they could have been fucking around for all these years. And indeed are not officially together. And in a nigga's mind, that's if we have not had, let me give you ladies some advice if you don't already know. If a nigga has not sat down and talked to you and said, hey, I want to be with you, we together, we exclusive. If y'all have not had that exclusive conversation, do not think, even if that may be the situation, this nigga might be riding for you or whatever, but for your protection and safety, and this is for anybody, man or woman, if that person has not had that conversation of exclusivity, sorry, of that word of exclusivity, then do not assume otherwise, because otherwise we get situations like this. You acting out because you thinking that is one thing, and the whole time in my mind, it's not what you thinking it is. So yeah, I feel like that. But the key where the manipulation comes in is because the person who's doing the manipulating, the person who's doing all, well, we not together. You know, we never said that. We not together. They're fully aware of what they're doing. They're fully aware of what they want, what they don't want, where it's gonna go, where it's not gonna go, and you continue to play into that. You continue to play into that person's fantasies, and knowing that y'all not on the same page. You know, speaking from experience, you know when you're not on the same page with that person, but you enjoying the benefits, so you riding with it. You riding it out. I understand, but you can't get mad or blame somebody for acting out, you know, when you've manipulated them in a way to where that's going to happen. It's like, I'm going to put it like this. You can't give demon dick out and not expect the demon to come out, man. You can't. You cannot give out good sex or even seemingly invest feelings in people and not expect for them to trip or feel a type of way when the shit gets script, when the script gets flipped. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. I don't know all what happened or all how it is. And I'm not even saying that Danileigh is not toxic, because, you know, clearly from her outbursts and all that kind of shit, you know, I wouldn't put it past her to put hands on somebody or to do that, or because it is women out here who do that, and you think that's okay, and you know, to be acting toxic and acting out. But, and like I said, her reactions are not right, but you also have to take into account what actions led up to her acting that way, what manipulative actions led to her being that way. It's just like, I'm a Scorpio, so it's like when I sting hard, you know, and people wanna get all upset and, oh, you took it too far, oh, you did too much, oh, you did that. What did you do to get me to sting? No, let's look at the actions that took place up until you getting me to sting. And the reason why I feel like he was bullshitting is whenever, especially like I said, whenever I was looking at that live, just the way he was wording things on his Instagram story, I've been there before. I've been gaslit. It's kind of like they do shit to kind of push you, or they do shit that they know that's gonna fuck with you, and then when the top blows, when it pops, then you can sit back and say, oh, I don't know why you so angry. You are acting crazy right now. You are doing the most right now. I don't know why you crazy than a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm crazy than a motherfucker. What the fuck did you do to leave? You know what I'm saying? It's not like my whole point is they both have accountability to take for their actions on each part that they played in this. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Danileigh shouldn't have. I feel like she honestly shouldn't have. I don't know. She was blinded by love. She shouldn't have been so comfortable. You gotta be more cautious, especially dealing with just manipulative people. And then Dababy got to take account into his manipulative actions. Like you have to look at all sides of the spectrum. But the main thing that I hate when I see from stuff like this, and this has been an ongoing thing, especially like on social media and like Twitter. I remember that my fiance, she had told me, because I normally get locked up on Facebook. I'm always saying something or somebody don't like it, so anyway, I be in Facebook jail. So she was like, go ahead and go on Twitter. It's more free. You can say what you want. You can, even though I've already gotten locked up on there. But anyway, you can say more what you want, blah, blah, blah. So I got me a Twitter account. I had a Twitter account, but I barely used it, so I made a new one, and I get on here. And when I tell you, it's the most, I don't know if it's the side of Twitter I'm on, because they say they got the black Twitter and this Twitter and all the different, the algorithms that will show you different people or things that they think you're interested in. But when I tell you, I guess I ended up on the motherfucking toxic masculine side, because all I see is it's mainly like men blaming women or saying they not taking accountability, or women blaming men and saying they not taking accountability, when really it's accountability to be had on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, for me speaking on this, it's gonna be niggas out there who gonna say, oh, that's simp shit. Oh, that's this, that. And women be doing this and women be doing that and da da da. And I get it. I feel this is not, I don't want anybody, like I said in the first episode, I'm here to educate and give you guys a different perspective. I'm not here to bash either or. It's just, I'm just stating how it is. And I feel it. So I don't want, niggas to listen to this and just, oh, he just taking, the female side or whatever. No, like, really think about this shit. And I fully understand that there are as many manipulative and ain't shit niggas out there. It's just as many ain't shit bitches out there. And trust me, I know, because I done dealt with this shit. I've dealt with bitter baby mama drama and using a kid and doing all that. And there are women out there who really, they take they feel like having the baby gives them a certain kind of permission to do whatever, and it just gives them a certain kind of permission to do whatever, or to treat you any kind of way, or to, you're gonna put up with this shit because you want to see your child. I even had my own situation with my baby mama. I know a lot of y'all used to see me post my daughter all the time, the little chocolate baby. I used to post her all the time, Dana, all the time. But last year had some bullshit go down with her mama. Cause like we had been living together for like a year prior to that. Well, prior to last year, we had been living together for like a year. And before we started living together, we had started, cause we've been knowing each other for like 10 years. And then I had then we started dating, didn't work out. So then she had the years passed, we didn't really talk. She had the baby. I told her, hey, I want to help you raise the baby, whatever. So this child wasn't biologically mine, but I've been raising this child for damn near 4 years. I had been in her life since she was 3 months old. And so anyway, we had started trying to date. Me and her mama started trying to date for a time, but didn't really pan out. But we had ended up moving in together, so we had been living together for a year. So this whole year, I've been trying to get her. Boy, she didn't want me. She didn't, you need to give it up, She would kind of play it, she would drag it along for a little bit, but towards the end, especially once I moved out, it was like, hey, it's not gonna happen, I don't want this. Okay, cool. So then I started dating my fiance now, and it was a whole big fiasco. Then all of a sudden, you want me, your feelings hurt, you thought that we was gonna get back together, Really what it was, you wanted me in your back pocket. So now that I'm not in your back pocket no more, and you feel threatened, you feel like it's not just some little, I'm just fucking on, it's something that's serious. Oh, now it's time to, I loved you. And I thought, no, you just wanted me in your back pocket. So then she began to play the whole bitter baby mama thing. First it was, Now, mind you, before this had started happening, my child, especially when I had moved out into my own apartment by myself, when I had moved out from being with her, I had my child. When I tell you, like 98% of the time, my child was always with me. She was always at my house. You know what I'm saying? Because being honest, my baby was autistic. She's autistic, so she can't be a lot to deal with. And honestly, I think half the time my mom don't even want to fucking deal with her. Half the time, I think it's overwhelming for her. And so shit, my baby was with me. She was at my house during the week, on the weekends, all that shit. So I started dating, my baby now, and all of a sudden it was I don't know, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with her around. Mind you, prior to us living together, whenever I was staying, prior to me and her living together, whenever we wasn't living together, and I would have girls over the house and shit like that. And I had my baby, because I had my baby every weekend. I would have girls over the house and shit like that. She never tripped. I would talk to her about bitches, never tripped. We would sit up and have full-blown conversations. Now all of a sudden, you mad because somebody came in and did your baby hair, and now you feel threatened, and so now then it became I don't want her over there. I don't want her spending the night over there. She can just come over there during the days. Then it became oh well, I don't want her over there at all. If you want to see her, you got to come to my house. And I'm just like, come here, like, and it would be all for no reason, all because she had the whole excuse of, as a mother, I just don't feel comfortable, and she had no fucking excuse. That baby was not in danger. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing going on, but she just started to, trip and come up with excuses and play that whole permission card as or the authority card of, I'm her mother, so I get to, I get to call the shots, or it's what I say, or my opinion is what matters overall, because I'm the mother and I'm supposedly doing what's best for the child. When really you're not doing what's best for the child. You're only doing what's best for you and looking out for you. You're thinking about your feelings. You're not thinking about your child. So I'm fully aware that there are women out there who are just as manipulative and doing things like, it's just like with that one, I can't even remember his name, that basketball player with the girl who left him and stuff like that, and now he got to pay like alimony and all that shit like that. I'm fully aware that there's women out there who ain't shit. But my whole point is men out there who ain't shit, and there's women out there who ain't shit. But we cannot go into a whole all women or all men. That'd be the half the problem. Y'all be doing these absolutes on shit that's not absolute. Really, you just moving from your perspective. That's what it is. You're moving and you're speaking out of your perspective and what you've dealt with. Because I was on Facebook earlier, and I actually got a different point of view from somebody who I hadn't thought of it that way before. And this guy that I went to school with, Giovanni, shout out to Gio. He's always, we always have, I like to say, polite debates on Facebook. But I had shared a status, and somebody had made a status that was saying, like, I don't understand how you niggas were raised by single women, but you don't respect women. And for the longest time, I'm sitting there thinking, I don't understand either, because it seems like to me, especially like I said, when I get on Twitter, it gives me the vibe of you niggas like pussy, but you love pussy, but you hate women. And it's like, for the life of me, I don't be understanding. I mean, niggas will talk down all that women ain't doing this, women ain't doing that, you that. And I'm just like, nigga, do you like pussy or not? Like, what? Like, how you talking so down on something that you actively chase after? That's what I don't understand. But anyway, so I had shared that status, and he had hopped on and he had said that not all single mothers are good or perfect, or half the time they run around, got different men in their house, or they get in relationships and they forget about their kids, and he's like, I can speak from experience, or speak from just speaking to especially other young boys who were raised by single mothers. It's a lot of that going on. Like, you just didn't feel cared for, or they were running through men or doing whatever or whatever. And I never thought about it from that perspective of how, because that could easily be an explanation as to why some men feel the way they do, and some men have the disdain that they do for women. I feel like they naturally want to be with women, because that's you know, with your natural or not natural inclination, whatever you naturally attracted to. For the men who are attracted to women, I feel like that's what you want. But if you have some kind of trauma behind how your mother treated you or how you saw your mother acting growing up, it would be easy for you to assume that all women are hoes, or all women don't take accountability, or all women do this or that, or all women are just out to gold dig or play niggas or do this or do that. Or it'd be easy to think that because that's what you saw. So that did put it. I love being challenged and being able to add to my perspective or even change it, because like I said, I hadn't thought about it that way before. But that could easily be a reason why a lot of niggas, because they weren't raised by a good example of what a woman should be. But we can even go back and take it further than that. Let's look at, and I ain't got too many facts. I ain't got any facts for y'all today as far as history goes, but just speaking in general terms, if we go back, this is all, and a lot of times, y'all, I'm going to circle it back to, especially for the black community, I'm going to circle it back to what the white man has done and how it has broken down our structure as a whole, and how it has affected and trickled down from generation to generation to generation to generation. The whole point of, like I always say, the whole point, whenever the Europeans even came over to Africa or came to America on our indigenous land, and I mean came in contact with the indigenous people, was to break it up. That's the whole purpose of everything is division, because they know if we divide it, we can't do shit to them. So the whole point has been division. So the whole point has been to divide the black family, to break it up, and to see the black mama struggling and the black man incarcerated or deadbeat, or out of the child's life, or out of the mother's life, or whatever have you. That's been the whole goal, and it has affected us deeply than a lot of us even realize. So I say this, I say all that to say that dynamic of the single mother, the struggling single mother, the struggling single mother who can't necessarily provide all that she can, or provide as much as a two-parent household could provide to her children, and that lack thereof, that's all been put in place. That's what they wanted. And so I think a lot of black mothers, especially with just our generation, and like our parents, like our baby boomers kind of generation, and our black community, I feel like a lot of the single mothers, or even some of the single fathers that were there, I feel like our parents, period, were just doing the best that they could with what they were given or what they knew, and they didn't know any better. So it just falls down into a whole domino effect. You know, it's a whole domino effect. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm raising you, so then you grow up and you don't know what you're doing when you're raising your children, and I'm just doing the best that I can. That's not to excuse, the fuck shit that some people's mamas was doing, but I'd like to think that they just didn't know any better. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, but yeah, so but that was a different perspective that was given to me, and I actually kind of shed a little light. I was like, okay, all right, that makes sense as to why some niggas, feel that way about women. But here's the thing: a lot of us majority of us are struggling from childhood traumas. And my whole thing is, if your whole stance is, oh, women ain't shit, women can't take accountability, women can't do this, women can't do that, women don't deserve, I saw one tweet, women don't deserve anything. What? They don't deserve anything? That's part of the problem. It's like a lot of you niggas don't even recognize the divinity within a woman. A woman bears life. A woman's vagina is a portal. A woman is the closest thing to God. A woman is the only one. Women are the only people who can see God. And I know a lot of y'all don't know what I mean by that, but they're the only ones who can see God. So they're really the closest thing to divine. They are divine. Women are divine. It's the reason why I use the divine feminine. And so we should do what we can in the utmost to respect them. Now, I realize that some women are not always deserving of that, but that's because they got shit that they got to deal with and traumas that they got to heal. That's honestly, that's what I was about to say earlier. It all comes down to taking a look at yourself and healing childhood traumas. Whatever your parents did, whatever they didn't do, it all comes down to it comes a point in your life when you have to stop making excuses, and that, because after a while they become excuses. They're reasonings, but they're excuses. They become excuses, and it's like oh well, woe was me, my parents did this, so that's why I feel like this, or my parents didn't do that, that's why I feel like that. There comes a time where you have to take accountability for where you are as an adult, and you have to take the time to heal those traumas. That is called shadow work. A lot of people do not do shadow work. You have to do shadow work. You have to take the time to look at those insecurities, those fears, those traumas, those wounds, all of those things. Take a deep look at them and sift through them. You got to sift through them and maneuver through them and work through them so that you can overcome them. Because my whole thing is, for anybody who's saying, man or woman, if you're saying, oh, the opposite species, they ain't shit, or they ain't shit, or you're speaking from your experience. Obviously, you've dealt with, you've seen women who aren't shit. You've dealt with women who aren't shit. And so that's your whole perspective. You just think that all women ain't shit, or all whatever ain't shit, when that's not the case. It's not an absolute. When really you need to tailor your statement to all the women I've dealt with aren't shit. But then you have to also take a look at, if all the women that you are dealing with aren't shit, and whatever you attract is a reflection of you, then what are you? Are you not shit? You have to you attract whatever you're giving out. So if that's all you're giving out, that's all you're gonna get. I know the minute I started to focus on my stuff and stop playing victim and stop, oh, woe is me, or bitches ain't shit, or whatever. The moment I started to focus on myself fully and let go of those preconceived notions, that is the moment when I was blessed with a wife. I was blessed with an actual good woman, a woman who communicates, a woman who's not out to use, a woman who's out to support and uplift and follow. Y'all be complaining about y'all want women to follow, but what are you putting out there to lead with? How they gonna follow something that they can't lead? You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to follow some bullshit. So you have to take a look at yourself and heal your own wounds so that you can begin to attract the people that you want to attract into your life. If you complaining that all you run into is shit, okay, well then what is the shit that you got to work on yourself to where that you're not attracting shit no more? Because everybody ain't shit. That's not how it works. It's so many people in this goddamn world. Everybody can't be shit. Everybody ain't good, but everybody can't be shit either. So I just say all that. I feel like this is gonna be kind of a short episode because it's not too long, but that's basically just what I wanted to kind of touch on. And again, I don't know all the ins and outs of Dababy and Danileigh and whatever they have you. All I can speak on is what I would do, because I've also seen, I've been seeing comments or whatever, men have the right to kick the mama out and and you have every right to kick somebody out your house you do not fucking want there. And I can understand you wanting to kick out the mama and keeping your child, not kicking your child out. But, like I said, I can just speak for me. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have been trying to, but I don't know what all goes on. Like I said, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have probably waited till the next day and you can call somebody and get you a hotel. But I'm not finna, you can go in the other room for the night, but I'm not finna, this big ass mansion, you can take your ass somewhere else and we can figure this out tomorrow. And if you need to leave, then you can leave tomorrow. But by no means am I going to kick you out and put you out on your ass. But that's just me. Dababy got, he got a lot of that toxic masculine bullshit. And I hate that a lot of our men are following and commending and doing that. Because, and my whole thing is, I can understand recording it for your own safety or your own, to have backup or witness account of what you got going on. But my whole thing is then just turn your regular camera on. Why you got to turn on for live for everybody to see? That's your personal business. I don't even want nobody in my fucking personal business like that. So if I got to record for my own safety or to make sure that I'm not being blamed or you can't lie to the cops and say I did this or that, I'm just turning my regular video camera on. I ain't got to be doing all this for the whole. That's for millions of people to see. Now we all in their business, and now all the people who don't even matter having a relevant opinion on your shit. And like I said, I wouldn't have did it like that, but that's me though. But yeah, we got to do better, man. We got to do better, especially within the black community, because I see it mainly from black people, and that's another thing. I remember me and my fiance were having a conversation, and she was saying, I understand why a lot of black women go with white men. And I was like, well, why you say that? And she was like, because white men know how to treat black women. They treat them like they queen and like they just will drink their bath water. You know what I'm saying? They know how to treat it, and it's a lot. She's like, it's a lot of dealing with a lot of black men. They don't know how to treat us, so they don't see the value in us, and so they mistreat us. And that's a common theme. It's like, and honestly, I see it as like a revolving door, like a cycle. It's like we all raised with whatever traumas, and so you turn out to not be shit, and you're not valuing women, and then so therefore the women not valuing the men, and they just feeling like, well, this nigga just finna do me any kind of way anyway. Might as well get what I can get out of him. So then you got the city girl shit. And it's just a whole cycle of just bullshit that does not. We're playing into the game. We're playing into the white man's game, man. That's that division. We've got to see the power and value within our kings and our queens. You know what I'm saying? We've got to be able to take a look at ourselves and do the shadow work, do the inner workings, so that we can heal ourselves and be able to love properly. Because all this shit is it's a bunch of bullshit, honestly. It is a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, I say just love one another and take the time to. This is the seed that I'm planting on you today. I want you to take the time to just look at yourself. Look at what traumas. Look at what insecurities. Most of the time, next time something aggravates you or somebody says something and it kind of hits a nerve, take a look at, okay, they hit this nerve. Why did they hit that nerve? What am I really feeling beyond the anger or beyond the fuck this bitch? What did that really hit? You know what I'm saying? It takes. I'll even give y'all an example before I go ahead and wrap it on up. My fiance and I, we're debating the poly lifestyle, and for her, I was telling my fear is that you gonna find somebody else, or even when she's telling me about an ex or something, or it'll spark something in me, and it's like that jealousy starts to, it starts to creep up. But lately I've been having to think about and actually take the time to think about, okay, well, why does that make me jealous? And then I had to peel back that jealousy. Okay, behind that jealousy is that fear. It's a fear that somebody else who I feel like is going to be better than me is going to come along, and you're going to find an interest in them and then leave me. Why do I fear that you're going to leave me? Because I've been left before in the past. Because my parents had a divorce. My dad had issues, so he had to leave the home, and he was in and out, and that set up a whole cycle of abandonment. Because I would think, oh, he's here and he's going to stay, and the next thing I know, he gone. And then months later or a year later, he popped back up, and then everything's supposed to be cool, and then you get comfortable with, oh, he's around, and the next thing you know, he's gone again. So that whole abandonment set me up for having a fear of abandonment in my adult life. I fear that people are going to abandon me, but those aren't insecurities that they don't fall on my partner. They fall on me. They fall on me and what I have to heal and work through and understand that I'm safe and that it's okay, and that if somebody does choose to leave It's not a reflection of me. It's not saying that I'm not worthy. It's not saying that it could have been circumstances where they even wanted to stay. But that has nothing to do with me. And so I've got to, I had to learn how to heal from that. And so that's one of the things that I'm working on and learning how to heal and learning how to, you know, to get my jealousy and my anger in check and really peel back the layers as to why do I feel like this? Because a lot of people don't realize anger is a secondary emotion. It's always a primary emotion below that. So the point is you have to get to your primary emotions. Get to why you feel the way that you do. Excuse me, or why you feel like all so and so ain't shit. Because all so and so ain't shit. You just gotta look at the people that you bringing into your life. And my whole thing is if you steady hollering, screaming out niggas ain't shit, bitches ain't shit, whatever, you ain't gonna never get nobody substantial or worthwhile. So then you just gonna be stuck in the same cycle of your broken ass trying to fuck with other people who are broken, because that's what you're attracting, and then you end up in the same spot, and then you hollering about, so y'all, I knew the bitch wasn't shit, she just da 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 da. No, man, no. We got to do better than that. But yeah, I just wanted to put that on y'all, just talk about that a little bit, and basically just say don't gaslight, don't be full of shit, you know what I'm saying? If you gon' from the jump, just be honest with people about what you want, and don't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a little yeah, then let it be a little yeah, but don't be pumping her head up and doing, I love you and all that. We ain't even gotta do all that, you know what I'm saying? Because then, like I said, you giving out demon dick saying you love somebody and all that. They gonna act crazy once you start acting different and you start really moving the way that you've been wanting to move. So yeah. But I just wanted to talk about that for a little while. Hopefully, I think I'm going to be able to have a guest on my next one. So the conversation will be a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth about whatever topic that we got going on. So yeah, but I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, for listening. I hope that you got something out of this. And I got the YouTube up for I Said What I Said. Oh wait, let me make sure, because I don't want to tell you guys wrong before I do this. Where you at? Alright. So I got the YouTube channel up. It is I Said What I Said with Guap, GWAP. And then I also have the Instagram up. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to pull it up on my actual thing. And it is the Instagram for the podcast is I Said What I Said _ with Guap. That is GWAP. So yeah, if y'all just go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Instagram for any updates or new episodes coming out and things like that. And I hope you guys genuinely enjoyed this. I know that I did. And I will see you guys later. And I said what I said.
Knock it off. I'ma play with that pussy while she top me off. I gotta stay on my pimpin', nigga. I'm tryna run on my digits, nigga. I never sit around and talk down, try to hate on another nigga. I'ma always keep it solid and keep it 100. I'm not like you other niggas. 20s and 50s and 100, that's all that a young nigga need. 20s and 50s and 100, that's all that a young nigga need.